So, is Titanfall 2 any good? Let's start with a bit of background information if you haven't already played this game. Titanfall 2 is a first-person shooter game that's modern, if not futuristic, in its characteristics. It has, in my opinion, one of the most immersive single-player gameplay in recent times. Something that I think has not been matched or surpassed since the Modern Warfare series. And if you are versed in this type of game genre, then I recommend you complete the campaign on hard difficulty the first time you get your hands on this game, as it will make it more challenging and enjoyable for you. It is a well-balanced game that offers a very fast gameplay with multiple unlocks throughout. However, I think these unlocks become a little repetitive after a while, and the gains offered are very little after regeneration. Similarly, the banner selection isn't necessarily one of the game's strengths. It offers limited choice of customization and even personalization. That said, the game offers a well-balanced pilot and Titan customization suite that suits the needs of many types of gameplay styles. With matches lasting on average 10 minutes, the turnarounds are pretty quick too. The graphics are stunning on this edition of the Titanfall saga, and whilst the first Titanfall wasn't as stunning, you can tell the developers have gone the extra mile on this edition of the Titanfall series, with the ability to play 4K resolution at a pretty decent frame rate per second. In my opinion, it hands down beats the COD games simply because of the speeds and movement the gameplay offers to players. You can wall run, bounce, jump from wall to wall whilst generating more speed, and doing all of this while shooting, surprising and taking down your enemies. On top of this excitement, you have the ability to pilot your Titan of choice, and for me in this case is the Ronin, being a close quarters sword wielding, shotgun firing bulldog chewing a wasp. If you like getting up close and personal, this is the Titan for you. The most popular game mode, and quite rightly in my opinion, is Attrition, which is as great as ever. If you want constant carnage during the game, then this mode is for you. I'm pleased Respawn did not scrap that game mode, as that was one of my favourite game modes in the first Titanfall. So now let's talk about my pilot and Titan loadouts. Generally, I tend to like to use the Stim, Cloak, sometimes Phase Shift abilities. Stim primarily because it is fast, it gets you quickly around the bases to find your enemies and take them by surprise. The primary weapon that I tend to use is the Devotion, which is a good close, middle and long range weapon, a good all-round weapon in my opinion. The secondary weapon I like to use is the MGL grenade launcher as the anti-Titan secondary weapon. Grenades wise, I like to use the arc grenade. The reason I use the arc grenade is it helps me slow down the pilots and Titans or stun them, allowing me to get the upper hand on them whilst I either take down the Titan or the pilot. Low profile is also another ability that I like to use because the jetpacks on your pilot tend to make a whooshing noise that are easily heard by other pilots, and so low profile gives you that little edge on someone that's listening out for somebody sneaking up on you. I use also the health regeneration ability that makes it go a little bit quicker when it comes to you being hit by other pilots or the other Titans, or even any of the AIs, and that way you can regenerate a little bit quicker and get back into the action quite quickly. Titan wise, I like to use the Ronin nuclear ejection ability, and as a secondary one I use the phase dash when you're doomed. The nuclear ejection is ideal for when you know you're about to your Titan's about to end, so you're able to dish some additional damage while surviving the attack. At the same time, the phase dash when you're doomed allows you to escape, so failing you doing the ejection, you're able to get away safely. In most cases, you are able to get away safely. As you can see there in this video, a couple of times I stayed in there for too long. The Titan battle drop or the boost is also another ability I like to have. Sometimes you have the dome that protects your Titan when it lands. That's ideal if you land your Titan generally in a really busy area, or tactical enough to be able to place your Titan away from the fight, and then you're able to get back into the action. To conclude my review, overall, I think this is a great game, which I wholeheartedly recommend to anyone who not only plays first-person shooter games, but to those of you who are considering playing it. So there you have it, my views, opinions and thoughts about Titanfall 2. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think by leaving your comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Laters!